What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Not So Pro Football Talk, or should I say Not So Pro Fantasy Football Talk. We're getting closer. We're entering mid-July, and I'm just so freaking excited. I've been listening to the NFL theme song at work. I just been listening to nonstop other people's, the Niners podcast, the Fantasy Football podcast, our own podcast, because that's how good we are. But man, I'm just so excited. We got some people who are excited here. Andrea's becoming a new fan favorite over here because she's been early for the past 3 fantasy football mock drafts. So we keep an eye on that. And when before the season starts, we do enter people into our NSP Fantasy Gold member. Not fantasy, but NSP Gold members, which is we choose some subscribers out there who are dedicated, who are always commenting, who are active on the Discord, and we promote them into gold member status. So what that does, which is going to be a lot more perks in the future, but every time we do a giveaway, because we used to do a lot of giveaways, you're automatically entered into those giveaways. You get a heads up every time we have a promotion. Sometimes if we're feeling just generous, if we give something away, we'll give some of the gold members a few things, whether it be an NSP keychain, a tumbler, a hat, whatever it is. So Andrea, you're working your way up there. We really do appreciate all your support here for this channel. But Vincent, how are you feeling? I've had a busy week, and tomorrow is not going to get any easier. But this is the kind of stuff that I look forward to go home, drink some ice cold water, and draft some fantasy football right before I get back into work. Because we never not working, right? That's what we do. You're no muted there, buddy.
Yeah, I was like, exactly. We just got home about 20 minutes ago, rushed in here to get ready, but it's always great to just sit down and get ready for a mock draft.
Always. It's crazy. I get home, first thing I do is get the lawnmower out, dude. We're cutting the grass today because, my grass grows stupid fast for no reason whatsoever. But yeah. But look at this. Big Money Joe says, sup, AJ, sup, Vince. Where you at, Reed? Reed was being silly on our private group chat. He kept sending some Aaron Rodgers news. He kept talking bad about Brandon Ayuk. So we took it upon ourselves to suspend him, to ban him for the first 20 minutes of this podcast. So that's why you don't see him right now.
He's in timeout.
Yes, he can't help himself. He always wants to talk about Aaron Rodgers. Always. For no reason. He needs help. Okay, if he needs help, call this number 1-800 help a friend. Okay, that's who he is. But guys, let's get into it. I'm gonna open up our fantasy football mock draft here. He's here. He's here.
Lying.
Reed is canceled. Look at that, canceled. But we're gonna adjust that. But if you guys have not yet joined the mock draft, I'm gonna send one last link here. I'm not gonna wait too long, because I did send it in the Discord. So hopefully you guys are in the Discord. If not, hey, you got to join the Discord. The link is down in the description below. And remember, if you are interested in joining fantasy football leagues, Andrea, I'm talking to you. I noticed that you haven't joined a league. I'm not trying to force you or anything, but if you are interested, we got multiple leagues available. We got free leagues. We got paid leagues. We got dynasty leagues. We're all over the place here. Where is Ken? Maybe Ken Stroud. Yes, where is he? I'm not too sure, but trust me, Andrea, once we get closer to the fantasy football season, this mock draft is popping. We can't keep up with comments. It's a lot of fun, and I cannot wait till we get to that point again, because it happens every single year for the past 2.5 years when we talk fantasy football. Just nonstop, and that's where we get the majority of our subscribers.
We'll be on for like hours and hours just going through comments and comments. By the time we know, it's already 10 or 11 at night.
It's crazy because I lose my voice. It is just nuts. These guys lose their voice too, and we get off the air, we're just exhausted. But we love to do it. So Vincent, I got a dice right here.
Let's do it.
Or die. and 12-sided. So you want me to go first, or do you want to roll?
I'll go first. I'm cool with going first this
All
time.
right. Rolling, and you get a number 7. Number 7
7.
is
Thank you.
taken by Nestor, our
Sir.
boy. Appreciate you, Nestor. He is also an NSP Gold member. Next one is 12, reads at 12, and the next one is at 1. So you are now pick number
Ooh,
1. I don't think you've had one
I don't
just
think
yet.
so. I've actually wanted to try to get one, so glad I got it this time.
Okay, so now it is my turn. I'm rolling here, and I get 1, obviously taken.
Oh,
Which I haven't gotten one yet. I get number 3. Okay, I've gotten 3 once before. I wasn't too ecstatic with how my draft came out, but with my new draft strategy entering this season, which hopefully you guys picked up on as well, you guys, this might work. This might work. So let's go ahead and start the draft. You ready?
I'm down. Let's do it.
All right, starting the draft.
Yeah.
Sleeper fantasy football, man. This is where it's at. We've tried NFL fantasy, Yahoo fantasy, ESPN fantasy. NFL was our favorite until was it 2 years ago, where it totally screwed us when we were going live, and it just had so many people. We just could not proceed with it. As CeeDee Lamb, Christian McCaffrey goes first. I'm up here next. I'm looking at a couple of guys, and I really want to get Tyreek Hill, but I'm a little bit scared. But hey, you know what? Dogs eat, right? And this dude's an absolute dog. Absolute dog. I
Yeah,
would have gone.
I feel like it's always harder that you're at the 3 or 4 position because you know the guys who eat the most are going at 1 and 2, and then Justin Jefferson is just so enticing, but I just don't know, man. I don't know if he's gonna get that same production. Like he's gonna eat also, but how much? You know.
The stakes are so high, right?
Mm-hmm.
In like the number 3, 4 position. Because honestly, my gut is telling me get Amon St. Brown. Don't risk it with a Jamar Chase, a Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
I'll maybe sprinkle in
Oh,
Tyreek
come
Hill, not
on,
that big of a risk
dude.
there, or not as big. But you know Amon Ra is going to eat this offseason. Actually, did you know that the Lions are projected to be a top 3 scoring offense in the NFL?
I can believe it. I mean, they're stacked at wide receiver, tight end, and running backs with 2 monsters out there. So I
Yeah,
don't, I don't see why not.
it was rattling me last time. Andrea asked me, why is Jameer Gibbs going so high? Why are we forgetting about David Montgomery? Why is he going so low? And I was like, man, I really need to dig down into this conversation, this discussion. Well, one, they're projected to be a top 3 scoring offense. 2, we saw when Jameer Gibbs was fully healthy, that's all they utilize in the red zone. So we see the number 1 scorer in the red zone being Jameer Gibbs. And right after this pick over here, I'm going to answer the last part of it. But geez, oh geez, man, there's some good freaking picks here. I'm going to do something that I don't normally do. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to stick with my guns here and see how it plays out. Actually, no, I'm not going to stick with my guns. I'm going to go Derrick Henry.
I'm bad. Ooh,
Brandon
Brandon
Ayuk is
Ayuk
taking
just
off.
went.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
I was kind of enticed since now he's going to play on his 5th-year option. He's going to be playing out of his mind to try to
Out
get
of
a
his
contract.
freaking mind. Not
So,
necessarily for the Niners, but for himself.
yeah, for himself. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go with the guy that I know is going to eat. I'm going to switch up and not get Josh Jacobs.
Wow. You
And
took my
then
guy for the 3rd mock draft in a row, Vincent?
I'm leaving you Josh Jacobs, AJ.
Oh, man. But
Then I'm going to do something also. And I'm going to go with a different strat here. I'm going to go with top guys at each position first.
Laporta. You got to go Laporta.
Going Laporta.
I like it. I like it a lot. I see that my options are becoming slim here. Man, oh man, I am going to go Chris Olave. Didn't really want to go Chris Olave, but at the number 3 pick in round 2, I didn't have a lot of options, and I felt like Chris Olave would stay available rather than Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to get Chris Olave either way. Might as well get a top tier running back who's not going to be available round 3, because I figured team 2 or yourself might have gotten Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I think I would have gone with Derrick Henry. I think they're going to utilize him a lot in Baltimore. Having such a big running back there that's very sturdy, in my opinion, even though he is older, is just good for their offensive scheme. So they're going to bring the box down into the defensive line, bring the linebackers up, maybe even a safety, and they're going to have guys over the top like Zay Flowers. So it could benefit them, and especially since Mark Andrews is getting healthy again, hopefully he can have another great year. Let's see.
Just getting some comments here in the Discord. Bulls mascot, our friend Tesh from PI Podcast, saying, "Oh,
Tush.
I thought this was the main one. I didn't know it was a mock one. I thought I missed it." So,
Yeah,
hey,
he
dude,
was like, "Oh no, it's
yeah.
on already."
Also, at the same time, like, hey, if you are interested, please let us know because spots are filling up fast. They are. We got limited spots available. So if you are
Yep.
interested, I know Big Money Joe, he's in he is in our paid league and he already paid. First guy to pay for our paid league. Vince paid for our dynasty league. We got people that they're ready to go. They're locked and loaded, ready to freaking go.
Yeah, man, I'm so excited about the Dynasty League. I think that's the one I'm most interested in this year. I'm gonna put all my marbles into that one and trying to get like a good strategy, just because that's one that you want to have long term. You want to make sure you have great guys to just carry you for years and years. I think here, I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with my guy here. I think he'll do well. Kenneth
Okay.
Walker. And then I want a little more time to look at these wide receivers because they are dwindling hard.
They are.
I think I'm gonna take a risk here.
Please
I don't
don't
know
do
if
it.
I like it.
Don't
I don't
do
know.
it.
No, I'm not gonna take him, but I'm gonna take him.
No, don't do it. I During my extensive research, this is another guy who really stuck out to me, and I really
Good.
like him because hey, you know what? His biggest competition is a tight end, and they got rid of OBJ. You have Rashad Bateman, who hasn't been much. So what do you do here? I'm gonna go ahead and reach a little bit. I want to get Christian Kirk. That is a reach, but he won't be available on my turnaround.
Yeah.
So that's why I did it. And there's going to be plenty of talented running backs that I can get after that. But going back to Zay Flowers, Vincent, you see this team, right? There's going to be a high powered offense. You have a run game now, right? So it's not necessarily going to be quarterback run all the time. You're going to have a running back there who can do the job. And you get rid of OBJ. You have Mark Andrews coming back. You have Rashad Bateman, who, hasn't done much since his rookie year and you don't get anyone in the draft. You get I think a day 4 wide receiver or a day 5 wide receiver for Baltimore. So they didn't address it. They have a lot of confidence in Zay Flowers, and I think this is going to be the guy who gets the most receptions at the wide receiver position for that team.
Oh yeah, man, I agree. I think just getting Derrick Henry takes a lot of attention from, like I said, those front seven guys. And I think they're gonna mess around and put Zay Flowers a little bit more in the slot and Bateman kind of at that number 1, number 2 position. He's just gonna feast because that's how we see this league going. You have a big beefy running back who takes a lot of attention. Your slot receiver and your wide receiver 1, wherever they're going to be placed at, they have less attention on them. They're more on an island, so just benefits them.
I completely agree there. I can't believe I got DeAndre Swift here.
I know. Let's see. Trying to see what will happen. Yeah, I don't think that guy will be here, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a risk here. I think I'm going to go with the guy who's uncontested. So I'm going to go Zamir White there. He should be the solidified running back 1, unless someone just like does crazy in training camp. But here's where, yeah, he's big, man. And I saw that thing that you sent, the tweet. But I think here I'm going to go with a wide receiver I haven't gotten before. And I'm going to go with Chris Godwin. I was going to go with Addison, but I don't know if I trust him enough in that offense.
Joe Burrow goes out. I wanted Joe Burrow. If you guys look, yeah, Addison is still available. That is,
Yep.
Here,
man. Whoa, hey, you're not
Whoa.
allowed here.
never fear.
5 minutes too
Reed
early.
is here. 5
I'm
minutes
going
too
to take a
early. What
risk
do you
as
mean?
well. Actually, I want to go QB. I want to get myself Kyler Murray.
Ooh, I like your draft so far, Reed.
Me?
Yeah,
He's
it's
been auto
nice.
drafting.
Been all right.
Oh, he's been auto drafting. Never mind.
Yeah.
No, I've done every single pick.
Have you?
Yes.
I don't see a
Ooh.
Packers player. I don't know.
Yeah, that is very true.
What? What do you mean?
Sus.
What? What did you say?
There's no Packers player.
I don't take Packer players this early. Look at all my. What Packer player goes in the first 6 rounds?
What's
Name
that?
one.
That wiener
Jaden
dog.
Reed at
You
most.
didn't read. Yeah.
That's the only one. And I've only taken like 10 in my leagues.
Come on.
Come on.
6.
Big money, no.
Wait.
Big
See.
money's now on auto draft here.
See if he gets back
Big
on.
money's all drafted. Now I'm on. I'm on. I'm here.
Still says that he's good. He's
Here.
on, but not on. Let's see.
Dang it, Addison went out.
Go love. There's my Packer player. Now does it look like it?
Oh wow, so weird that you joined the stream and then all of a sudden,
Oh my.
sudden,
You're
So
ridiculous.
funny.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
ridiculous with
see.
Dunkless.
See who you
Um,
go with here, AJ.
I am.
interested.
Who took Lad? Who took my guy Lad McConkey?
Team 8.
Team 8. F you, Team 8.
Okay, so Jalen Warren went right there. So my obvious pick is right there for me.
Oh, are you getting Keon?
I think I might,
I did not see him.
but for sure, I'm also gonna get the last starting running back here, and I'm gonna get Devin Singletary as a good bench player for myself.
I like it.
I'm debating whether going Keon Coleman or JSN, but I think Keon Coleman has a better shot at feasting on his team. But
Yeah, I will agree. I will say that he has a direct line or path to be the wide receiver 1 on that team.
yep, it's just laying there for him. The only guy he really has to compete with is Knox and their other tight end, who I don't think is going to do very well. I can't even remember his name.
Rude.
Let's see.
You have Dawson Knox over there, and then Dalton Kincaid.
Dalton Kincaid. There you go.
Kincaid has dropped tremendously in tight end rankings.
Oh my god. Of course, all the tight ends just go right before me. Great.
Goddard.
Dang, Hawkinson went right before you too. That's his.
Schultz
That's
is not
tight
bad
end
though.
1.
Schultz is
Me?
not bad.
Not me.
Let's see.
You like Schultz this year with the wide
I-
receiver corpse out there?
I liked him last year. I think it's going to be a little bit harder for him to get targets this year, but he is a big body, and I don't think the Texans have a big bodied guy there because, of course, they have Tank Dell. Of course, they have what's his name? His name is slipping my mind at this point.
Stephon Diggs.
Collins, yeah,
Nico
Nico Collins and Stephon Diggs. None of those guys are really big-bodied guys, so they have Dalton Schultz there inside the red zone. So I think he might be a guy who steals a decent amount of touchdowns to where he's relevant in fantasy. Kind of like who was it last 2 years who did that? There was another tight end. I think it was Hunter Henry or somebody else who was just like sniping touchdowns. But let's see. I think I need to address quarterback, but I'll do that next round. I think right now it's better to get wide receivers up in her.
Vince doesn't care about quarterbacks.
Not this one. Not at the position I'm in at the first pick. I think it's better to get some of these guys out here. make sure I have a great team. I'm gonna take a chance here. I'm gonna trust in Reed and his belief in Mike Williams. Who knows?
I mean, it's the biggest like boom pick in these late rounds, in my opinion.
It's true. It's true. I think I'm done with wide receivers now, though, because now I just need a quarterback.
Man, I going back to our last conversation from last week, I feel really bad for Sketch. I saw that he was live, and I joined right just to see. And dude, people are ruthless
In the chat or what?
in the chat, dude, ruthless. Shake Zilla has anyone
What's
drafted
up?
Tim Tebow? Oh man, who's he playing for now? Is he playing as a tight end or a quarterback?
I heard that they were talking about him in ESPN or something.
Oh really? Man, I was a huge Tim Tebow fan. My mom was a big Tim Tebow fan. She got a jersey of his and everything. Like we're big on Tim Tebow.
He was one of the biggest things coming into that draft. He was in a stacked draft too. The whole Miami team was stacked.
Uh-oh. Reed's nervous.
I didn't like anybody on the board right there at all.
Yeah, it's slim pickings here.
Am I gonna be the first one?
Oh, someone went defense.
Dang. Big Money Joe believes in the Jets defense more than the 49ers.
Week 1.
Wow.
Joe, what is going on?
Whoa.
What? Well, bro.
He's been drinking that diesel juice.
Dude, I feel so betrayed right now. Oh my gosh. No.
I'm gonna
He
go.
just picked them so I could get them.
Boy.
Right, Joe? Please tell me that's why you did it. From one
I'm
faithful
gonna
to
go
another. But you could have picked any other
faithful out
other
here,
defense.
baby.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Wow.
My Mr. Irrelevant pick is gonna be a
Oh.
quarterback.
I like this. The Tebow walks so the dude on the New Orleans could run. I like it.
How funny.
I'm cooking and mocking rough life.
What are you cooking, man? I always wanted to know what Big Money Joe would feast on. He's got to cook for the fam too.
Can we guess? Can we guess what he's cooking?
Let's see.
I'm gonna vote pasta. That we're doing spaghetti. That's what we're doing for the fam.
Yeah, I was thinking something pasta too, but I feel like it would be something a little bit more meatier. Because I feel like Big Money Joe likes to splurge on those types of things, you know, when he's making dinner for the fam.
I was thinking like, are we doing hamburger helper? But I'm like, Big Money Joe, he balls.
Yeah, he balls, man.
He balls. So he ain't buying a hamburger helper, you know.
I want to say like I feel like it would be like something like pork chops or like a big juicy burger or something. I don't know.
I want to go. I'll
Who's
go
Mr.
out on a
Irrelevant?
limb here, because why not? We're gonna get JJ McCarthy.
Not bad. Thank you for leaving Mr. Baker Mayfield as my last pick.
Baker
I-
believer.
I'm picking JJ McCarthy because hey, he could be a sneaky fantasy asset to your team. He
With
what?
Jettis?
What?
Coaches roasting him on press conferences. What are you
No,
talking
that
about?
was the Patriots. That was the
No.
Patriots.
There we go.
He ain't gonna be very good, man.
Look at that.
Kids wanted tuna melts on sourdough. You would never catch me as a kid, even now, eating no tuna melt. I can't. I'm not a tuna guy.
I
I
love
force
tuna,
myself
man.
to eat it. It's
Tuna's awesome.
I used to
I
get
used to
the
get
little
that at Subway.
what's it called? The tuna creations, the little pack,
Oh yeah, the little
of the
pack.
simple
Yeah.
tuna. Gosh, dude, when I was trying to cut out, I was like, oh. But let's get to this teams. First off, we got Vince the Prince over here. He's going off with CeeDee Lamb, Isaiah Pacheco, Laporta, Walker, Flowers, White, Godwin, Singletary, Coleman, Sutton, Williams, Tucker, Seattle Seahawks defense, and Baker Mayfield. And Vincent, the number one pick is not supposed to be easy, but you made it look easy, right? You did very well. You got CeeDee Lamb. Then you went to Pacheco. I was like, okay, this guy's going to struggle a little bit with wide receivers. And then you get Laporta. You're like, okay, this guy's really going to struggle trying to find some wide receivers. You get Kenneth Walker as your running back too. Stays healthy. Great value. I feel like Seattle's going to become more of a pass-heavy team than what they did, but there's still a lot of value there with Walker. It's just what's his name, Charbonnet. It scares me a little bit because how talented he is as well. Then you get Zay Flowers, which I have as a sleeper of mine, but the only concern I have there is if he pans out, great wide receiver too. If he doesn't, you may find him on the bench. So that's a huge risk there. But I see you got a lot of reinforcements. You got Godwin, Coleman. I like Coleman there. You got Sutton. You got Williams. You got a lot of insurance is what we call it here in the fantasy football world. And also with your running backs too, you got Devin Singletary, last true running back one taken off the board there. So I absolutely love it. Quarterback one, Baker Mayfield. It's a love-hate relationship with him, fantasy football. Yeah. I had him in one of my leagues last year because I legit had three quarterbacks go down. In one of my leagues. But I won that league with Baker Mayfield. So he has enough to get it done, right? So Baker Mayfield, he has a great team around him, great offense, passing offense. You have Rachaad White out there, but he's a pass-catching back. It's what they do. I think overall, Vincent, it's a solid team. I'm going to put you at it's a B. I'm wanting to get in a B plus. There's so many variables here.
Yep.
Okay. I don't see it exactly the way AJ does. I do think it's a solid draft. Don't get me wrong here. But Zay Flowers is your wide receiver too. I ain't loving it. Chris Godwin, he's a reliable third guy for sure. But Zamir White, I don't see it as like a lot of people do. Singletary, I don't see it like a lot of people do. There's just not a whole lot I really love about it. I would give it a B minus.
Not bad. I'll take it.
Good team. I think you make playoffs here. Andrea says, I had ravioli for dinner. Ooh. Huge question here. Do you do cheese ravioli or do you add meat into the ravioli? This is important. But I love when we talk about food on this podcast, right? Because one, obviously, I love food. Right. And two, reminds me of last year fantasy football. We will do pick'ems, right? On what to eat. Remember that? The Chick-fil-A sandwiches and stuff like that. It was a lot of fun with our subscribers. I'm trying to remember his name out here.
Mr. Blurb?
No, Mr. Prune. Mr. Prune, 1951. Huge shout out to him. He's probably not watching right now, but he will come back. He's come back for the past 2 years, fantasy football season. Mr. Prune is awesome, hilarious. But yeah, up next, we got myself. So I start off with Tyreek Hill, Derrick Henry, Olave, Kamara, Kirk, Swift, Murray, Hopkins, Njoku, Elliott, Freemuth, Aubrey, Niners defense, and JJ McCarthy as my last pick.
Not bad. Reed, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. I think it's a pretty solid draft overall. Murray, I steer clear. I know the fantasy aspect of like why you should draft him. But personally, I just steer clear for him just because I see him such a wild card in my opinion. Your wide receivers, I really do like. I would give this a B, kind of leaning towards a B plus. But in between those, yeah.
Yeah, for me, I like the running backs that you got. I mean, it's not too many, but they're all quality guys, and they've all shown that they can be something in this league, regardless of what team they're on. So that's Derrick Henry, that's Alvin Kamara, and then the new guy, of course, on the new team is DeAndre Swift. I like those guys. I think those guys will be your top 3 running backs, and Ezekiel Elliott is like the sneaky guy you slid in there. Hopefully he gets like some usage on some weeks where you have bye weeks and stuff. But I like your running backs. I love Tyreek Hill, of course, at number 3. I think he's the obvious pick if he falls. Chris Olave, I'm still a little iffy on that guy, but I still think that he could develop into something great. I just don't know what year that's going to be for him because that team just still needs to get everything together on the offensive side. Defensively, they're looking pretty decent, but it's just the offense that scares me for that team. David Njoku, as well as the backup there for Pat Freiermuth, I love it. Those guys are some guys that are going to get 10 weeks on and off weeks, so that's just picking which one's going to be best. And then Christian Kirk, I think he's a steal because, like we've been saying, he's unattested there on that offense. Don't think anybody's really going to battle for him at the wide receiver position besides Ingram. But Christian Kirk is just a small, sneaky guy who just gets catches every single week. He's a good PPR guy. So yeah, I like it. I think I'm gonna go B+ here. I think you guys, you got the guys that are like point like hogs here. So it's not so much like, dang, this is like an A+ team, but it's like the point hogs. So you know that you're gonna get points out of these guys.
I like it. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. I feel like this year is extremely difficult to get in that A range, just because the level of players that we're getting this year. A lot of young players. A lot of young players. So Andrea says she likes both. Big Money says it has to have beef. Has to.
Yes, sir.
I guess it just depends how I'm cooking it, right? But I don't know. Maybe I'm just a weirdo. Maybe I'm a kid that needs to grow up. But up next, we got Andrea over here. She starts off with Robinson, Achane, Evans, Mixon, Dell, Ingram, Reed, Johnson, Robinson, Goff, Brown, Palmer, Buccaneers, and Sanders. I felt like she took our advice about running backs and she just took off with it, right? So yeah, that's exactly what she did. So Robinson, I think, is going to be a great pick. Personally, I think I would have gone Hall over Robinson in that situation. But those two are going to be very similar to the outcome that's going to be at the end of the year for fantasy football. But I think Hall has the edge up just because he's on a higher powered offense. Achane, point machine, if he becomes the star of that backfield. Mike Evans, your wide receiver 1. I'm a little worried about it. Solid guy. Joe Mixon, great offense. Should find some time on your starting position there in your lineup. Tank Dell, wide receiver 2. Nervous about it. Reed, nervous about it. Johnson, nervous. Johnson, I like him in that pick. I do. Robinson, I like it. He belongs in that area of pick. Personally, I steer clear. Washington running backs. Goff, solid fantasy quarterback. Brown, solid backup. Palmer. For me, it's just your wide receivers that scare me. Your wide receivers scare me. I like your running backs. I do. But I felt like in those positions, you could have gone someone with a little more, what do you call that?
Pedigree, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. You want more consistency when it comes to your players. And there, I just feel like there's no consistency within them. Of course, new year, right? Could be totally wrong. Usually not, though. Cool.
Not bad. I guess I'll go next here. I love the running backs, Bijan, Devon Achane. I mean, those guys are going to be point machines. I still think Joe Mixon's going to be pretty relevant in that offense because you have to have a run game. The only thing that scares me is that I know they're going to go a double-headed running back type of committee there. So I don't know who's going to be the inside the 5 running back guy and who's going to be the 3-down guy. You know, it's hard to say. But I think that's a good trio. I think you're going to end up putting 3 running backs here in your starting lineup in that flex position because, again, as AJ said, it's the wide receivers that kind of scare me a little bit. Mike Evans should be a consistent guy that gets double-digit points, but he is aging a little bit. So we'll see when is the year that he's going to finally decrease his production and when does Chris Godwin take over. Tank Dell, I still think he's going to do well. So I think he's a decent wide receiver 2 position there. But like AJ said, I probably would have taken Amari Cooper since he fell right after that. So he was still on the board. I think he would have been a better wide receiver 2 with his consistency on that team. And then Jaden Reed, just I think he's going to do good, but again, it's the Packers, so they're all going to be trading like who's going to be wide receiver 1 each week. So again, he might be consistent, he might not, and I think Deontay Johnson's going to be that guy who's going to be kind of flip flopping with Tank Dell on who's going to be the guy to start. Other than that, I mean, you got some decent depth. There's a lot of handcuff type of guys, but Joshua Palmer, I like as a sneaky guy in the 12th round. He might be a guy who's gonna demand some targets with the new LA offense. So I think I'm gonna go B- here because I just think the wide receivers could have been a little stronger. But that's what happens when you prioritize running backs.
All right. For me, I really actually like this draft. Agree with a lot of the things AJ and Vincent have already said, like Brees Hall over Robinson, Amari Cooper over Tank Dell is the 2 options I would have taken at those 2 spots. But Mike Evans, I think he's still going to be solid at the end of the day. Tank Dell, it's not the best. As I said, Amari Cooper, Jaden Reed had 9 total touchdowns last year in his rookie year, and I think he has a really good chance to be the wide receiver 1. Now, I think about that for all my receivers, so take what I say about the Packers receivers with a grain of salt, unfortunately. But Deontay Johnson as your 4th wide receiver, that's where I like taking him. After that, don't really fully love your backups, but overall, I think this is a good draft. I'll take it kind of where I gave AJ's a B to B+.
Yeah, definitely improving there, Andreas. So good job. I'm not gonna lie. If you would have gotten Amari Cooper over Tank Dell, your team would have had a solidified starting spots. I like that a lot more. But hey, definitely improving. You're gonna keep on getting better, and I cannot wait to see the outcome and how you do this next fantasy football season. Stick with us though. During the season, we do tons of videos, tons. We have no lives. It's crazy. Yeah, it's nuts. But yes, Dizzle, I will pick your number. I got your die right here. Guys, I did unlock the next mock draft. So if you guys are interested, enter our new mock draft. The link is in the comment section. Also, it is on our Discord. So get ready. We're starting that up right after we talk about Big Money Joe and also Reed's team. I think we're going to skip Nestor because I think he was on auto draft, if I'm not mistaken. But Nestor, always love for you, dude. Thank you so much for joining anyways. So up next, we got Big Money Joe here. He starts off with Brees Hall, ETN, Josh Jacobs. He's eating that backfield. Trey McBride. And then he finally gets his first wide receiver on pick number 5, right? Amari Cooper, then Terry McLaurin, Prescott, Eckler, Gus Edwards, Samuel, Myers, Jets, Koo, Stafford, which, okay, dude, I really want to know why you chose the Jets there for week 1 against the Niners. I need to wrap my head around this. If this was Dizzle, it's expected, right? But dude, come on, we're faithful, dog. We're boys. Come on, man. But running back room is insane. I love it. I probably would stay away from Eckler this season. But as you guys noticed, do you guys see J.K. Dobbins on the board? No, we don't. His draft stock has dropped dramatically after the recent news that we got, I believe, today, that Gus Edwards is trending to be the starting back out there. So, hey, good for you. That might have been the steal of the draft for you. But now I'm looking at your wide receivers. Amari Cooper, wide receiver 1. Yeah, he could sneak into a wide receiver 1 position, but Terry McLaurin, I think he'll be touchdown relevant. Curtis Samuel, he has been relevant in a little while now. Jacoby Myers will continue being that shadow of Devontae Adams, that punk. But yeah, your wide receiver is the only thing that scared me a little bit. But that trio of running backs, dude, it's like, right? I was like, it's singing to me. It's singing to me. But Vince, what are your thoughts here?
I kind of like it. I'm kind of digging it because especially when you invest that much in 3 top running backs in Brees Hall, Travis Etienne, Josh Jacobs, you know those guys are going to be in your starting lineup unless they have a bye week. Shoot, you might even play them when you have a bye week because you just don't care. you're like, I'm gonna win all the other weeks and then just like have one loss on my bye weeks. But I like that. So Brees Hall, Travis Etienne, Josh Jacobs starting lineup every single week unless they have a bye week. Amari Cooper, I think, is a good, reliable receiver. I don't think I would have him as my wide receiver one, like you were saying, AJ, but I think him and Terry McLaurin as your wide receivers and not putting anybody in your flex position at wide receiver is pretty dang good when you invested that much in the running backs. So
Yeah.
adding Dak Prescott there is a good quarterback for fantasy. And yeah, I just like it. His depth is probably where it brings it down. His starting lineup is pretty solid to me. I would be able to think that he could possibly sneak into playoffs with this if he didn't make any trades, if he didn't go on the waiver wire. But Austin Eckler, Gus Edwards, with that news that we just got, could be a sneaky guy at running back there too for those bye weeks. But I like it. I think I'm going to give it a B minus. Could possibly be a C plus depending on how it shakes up whenever the season does start. Maybe Gus Edwards takes the back seat somehow to J.K. Dobbins as the season gets closer, but we just never know. So I think I'm going to go B minus. C plus is probably my floor here for him, but I think it's a good team, even though he prioritized running backs over wide receivers.
Before Reed gets into it, I did want to put my vote as a C plus. I think it's very top heavy. But Micah Traw, appreciate you being here. I think this is your first time here on the stream, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, you could pick any position you want. And right now, me, Vince, and Reed are going to be choosing our position. Also, Dizzle, we're also choosing for Dizzle as well, on an honorary NSP member. But yeah, Michael Traw, welcome to the stream. Appreciate you being here. We're going to get started in a bit. So Reed, go right ahead.
Yeah, so Big Money Joe loved the running backs, but I would have waited on tight end personally. I don't put a lot of value in tight ends. I would have taken a wide receiver earlier, and then I would feel a lot better about it. But Mari Cooper, I don't love McLaurin anymore. I think you could potentially end up there. So McLaurin stock just plummets after that if it happens. So I'm already preemptively thinking it. I think 12 steps ahead always in mock and fantasy. But overall, I had to give it a C just because of the lack of wide receivers, unfortunately. So that's where I land.
Big Money Joe says, "Sup, Micah? Dude, welcome to the stream once again. Unbutton that puppy. Let's those chest hairs breathe." Oh, dude, we used to call him werewolf back in high school. Yeah, crazy. But last team, here we go. We got Reed the Speed. He goes off with Garrett Wilson, Jonathan Taylor, Waddle, Pittman, Connor, Stevenson, Brown, Love, Schultz, Corum, Downs, Hubbard, Dicker the Kicker, and the Steelers. Reed, honestly, we voted your past, I think it was 3 drafts ago, one of your best out there. I think this could be one of your best as well.
Mm-hmm.
I really do like this. Your wide receiver core, Garrett Wilson, Jalen Waddle, Michael Pittman. Absolutely love it. Michael Pittman is your wide receiver 3. Absolutely love it. Jonathan Taylor, very solid. James Conner and Ramondre Stevenson. I think they are low-end running back 2s, high-end running back 3s at this point. Give me the edge to James Conner. So I love that there. Backup wide receiver. Cool. I felt like maybe you could have let me see. You did get the next tight end, so I can't crash you out there. This is pretty solid. I'm just a little nervous about your tight end because there's a lot of targets going around in Houston, but I got to give this a B minus here.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, man. I think this is fighting for one of the best ones that you've had. I think position 12 did you well this time. Jordan Love, of course. I'm just going to go through your lineup as it is at the starting players. Jordan Love, great pick. Got him in round 8. That's a steal, especially since you do think that he could be an MVP type guy this year. Jonathan Taylor, James Conner as your starters for running back. Amazing. Those guys are pass catchers, and they're going to feast as rushers as well. Garrett Wilson, for the guys that were still there, I think Garrett Wilson has the highest probability of getting those touches for fantasy. So great pick there. I love Jalen Waddle because he's more of my PPR wide receiver for the Miami Dolphins. He's always fighting with Tyreek Hill for who's going to get double-digit receptions every game. So Jalen Waddle is a sneaky wide receiver to get for your wide receiver 2 position. And then just as AJ said, Pittman at number 3 in your flex. Holy crap. That is awesome. That guy's probably going to get more points than one of your starting wide receivers there in Garrett Wilson or Jalen Waddle from week to week. So that's awesome. But I love the depth and I love the risks that you kind of took there in your bench with Hollywood Brown, Blake Corum, and Josh Downs, because those guys all could have pretty good upside. So I think this is a great draft for Reed. I think I'm going to go B+, sneaking into that A-.
Dang, okay.
Appreciate it.
Very good, Reed. Guys, if you guys haven't yet, if you're feeling generous, hit that subscribe button on YouTube. It helps us out tremendously. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. It's been a long journey, but we're inching closer and closer as days go by. Yes, we are ready to draft. Dizzle, I am rolling your pick right now. And Dizzle, you are pick number 4. So Dizzle's pick number 4. Reed, you are up next. You volunteered as tribute without knowing.
Okay.
You're pick number 10. Let's
Okay.
see how well you do at 10. I think 10's a great pick. I like that. I really hope I get number 1 here to see if I beat Vince. So I'm going next. I got number 8, and I am getting sandwiched. Under my Big Money Joe is moving around. So I am team number 8. And then we got Vincent rolling again. He's number 9.
Ooh, right in between you guys.
Right in between. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Like it.
Yes, so let's go ahead and start this draft again. Thank you everyone who would join this draft. Please keep on bringing on the comments. We go live the whole year, all year round. Oh, I lost my little sleeper app.
Oh,
here we go. So Tyreek Hill, McCaffrey, Lamb, top 3 have always been going off. Dizzle gets Breece Hall.
surprise.
Not surprised with Dizzle. Surprised in that position for Hall.
Yeah.
Micah gets Jamar. Okay. Oh, shoot. Okay. I wasn't ready for this, guys. Come on. But how can you all leave me, my boy, the sun god, Ron St. Brown? You guys know I love this guy.
I think I'm going to take the risk here on Justin Jefferson since he fell this far. I don't know. I like him at number 9. I think that's great.
Reese will get Puka. Oh,
I've been going Gibbs over Puka in that position.
What? You're going Gibbs over Puka.
Harrison going before. Puka still hasn't been picked.
I'm surprised.
Wow. What?
Reed,
There's no way.
What?
No!
How? What are you guys doing?
Best draft ever.
What are you guys
way.
doing?
You get that.
Thanks,
You
Big
cannot-
Money Joe. Appreciate it.
Cannot
What?
let Reed do that.
Are you
Appreciate
kidding me?
it. The 2 best rookies last year. 2 of the best
Oh my
rookies last year.
God. That is insane. I'm gonna go with the next guy up. I think Kyron Williams could have it, so I like it.
Okay, you scared me though. I'm gonna go Devontae here. You know me, double wide receiver,
Doubling up.
double cheeked up. That's how we do things here. But wow, what a crazy first round.
I know.
Puka-
Harrison falling in the first round is kind of crazy.
I'm telling you guys. I'll remember you guys. Not I don't want to say you guys, but people were fighting me that Harrison was going to go like in the 5th or 6th round. I was like, no, dude, Harrison is going to be a dog. I want to get him in the 2nd round if he's there.
I ain't touching him.
Hey, I'll feast. That's okay. It's all right to be nervous because he's on that offense with that quarterback with a new head coach. I try to be as respectful as I could there. So Kevin Dizzle, he take 2 running backs. Will he take a 3rd or go wide receiver here? Or he might be, he usually goes tight end. Okay.
Not bad.
Oh, okay. So we see 2 quarterbacks off the board, Jalen Allen and Jalen Hurts. Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts. We'll see what Andrea does here. She takes her first 2 picks with Atlanta.
Hey, man.
That?
She likes Kurt Cobain's.
No! Oh my gosh, dude. I'm
likes
so
Taught
pissed.
her well.
I'm so pissed, dude. 1 more pick.
Dude, we can't be in a real draft with her. She's gonna steal everybody we love.
That's how it is. People take our draft picks. but that's okay. I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna come on. That's,
Really?
Wow, you're gonna stretching it,
Wow.
I am.
stretching it.
I am.
Let's see. Wide receiver, I think is the move here. I think some of those other guys will fall. I think you just have to go Rashad White. I liked what he did last year at the end of the year. I think that's the
You
same
son
energy.
of a
It's the same energy they're gonna have in the beginning of this
son
year.
of a.
Hey,
I
man.
just see. I want to go Rashad, but I just didn't think Kamara would fall back to me, and I think
You
Kamara
wouldn't. I would have
has
gotten
more
him.
production in the run game than Rashad White has more production in the run game. You get me?
Yeah, I could see it. Just depends on how that O line meshes well this
They
year.
tell me that all the time. What did I say? That was me. What did I say? I apologize.
Stealing.
That you stole my man. Is that what I said?
Stole the man. Man, I'm
Come on,
sad
baby.
that Big Money Joe took Jalen Waddle. I kind of wanted him to bother me. But I'm going to get the next wide receiver.
Oh wow,
Nice.
Pittman, nice. I like that. Good pick. Good pick. I'm stuck between two here, but oh my gosh, I'm just gonna get my dude. Nah, I'm gonna get Aaron Jones. I feel more comfortable with Aaron Jones than James Conner here.
Let's see. Who may fall?
Ken Walker Reed.
Put him there.
What's wrong with that? Are you upset?
He's upset.
He sounds upset.
Mad.
I'm upset.
Kenneth Walker's a good pick.
How did that go?
He's a good running back.
What? How did what go?
That song. I'm upset. 50,000 in my on my
I don't
check. I don't know.
I have no idea.
have no idea what
He's a
song
bum
it
with a buzz cut.
Yeah, I hate his
Dang.
I hate his buzz cut now. I hate it. Looks so weird.
Did y'all see the thumbnail? The thumbnail was Zay Flowers. He looks so weird.
Everybody's getting haircuts. What pick are we at? For some reason, mine is frozen.
It is.
Yeah.
It's
my.
Dizzle's pick.
Oh
shoot.
my.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
It
Just
caught up.
me.
Just caught up.
Oh, my hand's shaking. Oh, okay. See, good pick, Andrea. Good pick. I wanted to go there, but there's a little. Oh shoot! There's two players that I like. I'm scared. I'm gonna go with the risk here. I've been risking it this whole draft. I'm gonna risk it again here. I like Zay Flowers. I'm convincing myself about Zay Flowers' season. This is Zay Flowers' season right here. This is it. This is it. This has to be it.
I think I'm gonna go with somebody I never go with.
Who
Let's
you
take a
going with?
chance
Don't
on T.
please.
Higgy.
Whoa, dude, we're a no-go T Higgins show, Vince.
I'm just gonna try it, man. You never know.
Oh,
Burrow
Vince,
might
are you
have
smoking
a
that pipe?
season.
He's
He
smoking.
might have a season this year.
He's smoking.
gosh. I'm so curious about this comment here.
Oh,
Here it is. I'm upset. 50,000 on my head is disrespect. There we go. I forget Dizzle. We're all the same age with Dizzle. That's cool.
Yeah, Dizzle. Dizzle's an old head.
How
right?
you know no Drizzy's right? Dude, that's all it was back when we were in high school, dude. It was all Drizzy Drake.
Let's see. I'm gonna take this individual because I think if we come around, he's not gonna be there.
Not a fan here. I felt like I should have gotten.
Ooh, I like it.
Thank you.
Chub.
I thought he had a chance to come back to me.
I
He took him.
didn't want to risk that. I felt that, but I was like, I can't risk it.
I feel it.
You can usually get Chubb in like the 7th or 8th. Maybe going in the 6th is really high, honestly.
It is high.
But
You never know.
I
You
wouldn't
just
touch
never know.
Najee Harris with a freaking 20-foot pole. I'm not going to go into Mostert as well.
Ooh, Rome.
Well, I'm going to do something. I'm feeling dangerous here.
Oh,
If it
goodness.
falls to me, I'm
Are you taking
shaking.
Russell Wilson?
I'm shaking.
He's feeling dangerous.
Ah,
Dangerous.
boom! Let's
Lad.
go.
That was your dangerous pick?
Lad McConkey? Yeah. Well, it goes outside my barriers on my draft strategy. That's why.
Okay. I'm going to get Joe Burr here. And hopefully this guy is around the corner. Not have a back.
I was a big Schoolboy Q guy in high school and Fetty Wap. Yeah, it was all about those guys, dude. Wow. How did those songs always start off? 20, 24, 20, 23, 38, 20,
17, 38.
17, 38. Hey, I was like, hey, what's up? Hello. Saw them pretty eyes as soon as you walk in the door. Right? Hey, I there we go. Oh my gosh. And that's because man.
There goes Pollard. There goes Thomas.
Dude, there's no way, bro. There's no way. Okay, scratch everything I've ever said before. New draft strategy starts now. This is it. This is it. This is a horrible draft strategy, but I want to see how it looks. I feel like a little kid in the store. Is your leagues on Sleeper? Yes, all of our leagues will be on Sleeper Fantasy. Super easy, super convenient. Just easy translation into the fantasy football from how we talk to what you guys see. But what the hell's going on? I have to. Oh my god, he's just there. He's just
thug?
there.
The thug?
The thuggy.
Yes.
You want a thug?
Thuggin' boy.
I don't know what I'm doing. This is the worst draft I've ever had. This is the worst draft I've ever had. I can't help myself.
Let's see.
Like, hey,
I just don't like my running backs.
I'm not a fan of ESPN, man. I'm really not. I just feel like it's so plain Jane. I don't know. Like I said, not the biggest fan of ESPN. I'm not against it. Not against. My dad wants me to join it. Well, my dad and his friends want me to join their league because they say that my dad wins because he takes my fantasy football advice, and it's a $250 buy-in league. So
then why would they want you in there too?
So my dad won't win it.
Oh, I guess, yeah. How funny.
Okay, I gotta stop here. This stops now.
No.
Or
or
no, I
getting
have
myself into more trouble.
No, I have to be smart here. I have to be smart.
Oh my god, dude.
I have to be a responsible. I can't even say young man. I don't feel young. I'm 26 years old. I don't feel young anymore.
You changed.
We're done.
Dude, this was the first year that I was sad about my birthday. I was sad.
How funny.
Calling me an old man right now or what?
You've been an old man in my book since day one, dude.
That's messed up.
I'm like not too much younger than Reed too. How many months is it, Reed? Like
you're like 4 months younger than me.
Yeah.
Basically. Age is the baby.
Yeah.
It's a little baby face.
It's like a whole year.
I know. I started school early. They decided when I was like 2 that I was like.
I got held back.
Come on.
My mom held me back. Actually, I passed the grade. My
I
parents
know.
held me back.
I remember you were saying
didn't know how to read.
Oh my gosh, dude! Hey, then we would have been friends.
Nope.
It's actually true. Let's see. I'm so glad that he fell.
I'm gonna be interested how you guys rate my draft because I don't know how I feel about it either.
I want to look at it.
I'm
Receivers
curious
doing
as well.
well. Doing well in receivers.
The rest on sleeper my leagues. Okay, so if you're already on sleeper, then hey, it'll be easy transit. How many leagues are you in already? So if you are interested, I could write you up and save you a slot in one of our leagues. Like I said, we got 2 free leagues. Right now we got 2. We might switch that up. We got a gold league, which is our paid league, is $30 to pay. Then we have a dynasty league, which is $40, but it enters you in for 2 years. We just want people to stay committed. We don't take any of the money, no profit. It all goes back to the winner or the top 3. Depends on what league you're in. But yeah, a lot of fun, a lot of trash talk, a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
When I say trash talk, I really mean like people talk trash to us. That's what it is.
Seriously.
Yeah, it's what do you call that? ¿Cómo se dice? Tóxico.
Oh no, I remember people got really toxic towards Kyrie and Brandon last year.
Yeah.
Kyrie took the brunt of it, man. Poor guy.
He loved it.
Oh, Kyrie lived for violence.
He ate it up.
Rest in peace, Kyrie.
Let's see.
All good, big money. All good.
I'm gonna go here. Do that.
Remember when we first started this podcast? And well, first off, when we first started this podcast, if y'all did not know, we'd go live for an hour, and we'll go live in front of 0 people.
It was the best.
It was awesome. So awesome. Right now we're live in front of 5 people consistently. So I appreciate you 5, but it was horrible going live in front of 0 people for an hour. So great. At one point, I think a couple of times, I just like looked at the camera and I was just like, like no one's gonna watch this.
Taking a deep breath.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's okay though. It's all right. It's all right because now we're at 612 subscribers. So thank you for our new subscriber, Micah. If that was you, thank you so much. Appreciate you. I am in 3 so far and 2 dynasty. Oh wow, a lot of leagues.
Committed.
If you want to join the 6, let me know. Let me know. I was supposed to activate those leagues yesterday, but I have a side business and I had tons of orders I needed to do, but got those done.
Still got time.
I know. I gotta work again after this podcast, man. It's just never not working. Never not working. Boom. Not enters.
Dizzle, you took my defense. What the heck?
Yeah, Dizzle. That's Reed's defense.
Only his.
I know what I must do. But I don't know if I'm strong enough to do it.
Oh, I barely saw that.
It's
okay. I have a backup defense.
Whoa.
I don't know. I really do not know. A couple of guys I want to take as my last pick. I'm a bit confused.
Wicks. I'm gonna get the newest defense that looks pretty decent. Not too bad. Them Titans.
It's crazy because you got Quentin Johnson and Joshua Palmer still available here. So that has to have Ladd McConkey as the running back, wide receiver 1. So y'all remember that whenever you guys are grading my team. And I will go ahead and put J.K. Dobbins here.
I won't remember that. You drafted J.K. Dobbins? That bum? Why do you love him so much, dude? What did he do to you?
I messaged him on Twitter one time, and he's the only player that ever messaged me back.
Did you really?
I did message him, but no, I never got a response.
No. So why are you?
I just like him, okay? But gosh, get off my back, Dad. But we're gonna go through these teams a little quicker than what we did last time because we don't want to be here for a whole another hour. But first off, we got Dizzle here. Congratulations, Dizzle. You're first on the chopping block. You start off with Brees Hall, Henry, Laporta, Neighbors, Pickens, Addison, Adunze, Eckler, Corum, Elliott, Judy, Tucker, Jets, and Watson. Not a bad draft. You went with the Vincent strategy here, getting your quarterback with the last pick. But I love Hall, love Henry. I think those are two solid guys. Laporta, solid. Neighbors, you're still with him for whatever reasons. Your wide receiver 1, very scary. Pickens, wide receiver 2, scary. Addison, it's just your wide receiver core for me. I'm in the B range for you. I think I'm borderline. I'm going to go B minus just strictly because of your quarterback and your wide receiver depth.
Yeah, man. The only thing that's boosting you up for me is that you got a great tight end. But I feel like all your wide receivers are just not solidified wide receivers. Jordan Addison sometimes get 2 catches a game. Sometimes he'll get 5, which is good for PPR. But he's just one of those guys that is inconsistent with his receptions. Malik Neighbors is untested in the NFL. Who knows is he going to translate well? His cuts are crisp as heck, as we've seen on tape. But how does that translate when he has pads on against cornerbacks who are very solidified in this league already? Same with George Pickens. Haven't seen him take that leap yet. So I don't know if it's going to be the year that he actually does, especially with Russell Wilson at the helm there. So I just feel like your wide receivers brings you down here for waiting so long to get them. But Dunze is another guy who, could end up possibly doing well for you, as well as Jerry Jeudy. Now on a new team with your quarterback that you drafted. So we'll see. I think I'm going to go B minus here. If you had at least one solidified wide receiver here, in my opinion, I think I would have gotten you at a B. But B minus for me.
This is on some other type of juice, dude. Daniel Jones is not it. He's not it. He looks scared and lost every time he's just go ahead, Reed.
Okay, Dizzle, this is, I think, the worst draft I've seen from you. I've liked a lot of your drafts before. This is the worst one. The top 3, great. I love Brees Hall, Derrick Henry, and Laporta. When we get to, let me take that off. Sorry, I can't. I'm reading.
Oh,
I'm reading his draft. Sorry. Neighbors, I just don't like the quarterback situation. You can think whatever you want, though. Pickens, I like. Honestly, I'm okay with that one. Jordan Addison, I don't like the quarterback situation over there. Dunze, there's just too many wide receivers on that team that are going to get targets. The only one I trust is DJ Moore. I'm staying clear of Keenan Allen, Dunze. Eckler, I'm not. Could be good, could be really, really bad, though. Corum, Elliott, good handcuffs or backups. Judy, don't touch him at all, in my opinion. Most overrated wide receiver I've ever seen, and everything else. And then you took a rapist as your last pick, so I don't know what you're doing here. So I had to give you you get a C plus because of your first 3 picks. That's it.
You have so much hate in your heart, Reed.
What?
So much
You
hate.
do.
What do you mean? I do not.
I'll say one word. Aaron Rodgers. What does that do to you?
Oh my!
What does that do? So much hate.
You just can't help
so
yourself.
much hate in your heart.
He's disgusting. He's every time it's just gross. I don't like talking about that individual. You keep bringing him up. You just do.
Aaron Rodgers.
I didn't look at my bye weeks for the first few rounds. If you want to go off by Reed's rules, he says don't worry about the bye weeks, which I would agree.
I would much rather lose 1 to 2 games than being every single week without one of my top players. Nah. Dizzle, I tell you the truth.
And you're supposed to be a reader, Dizzle? Oh, come on. Come on,
reader.
Bro.
He's just a little lost right now. I'll bring him back in.
Okay, so up next, we're going to Micah over here. For me, I ran through it real quick. I want to name it off, but I feel like this is like a mirror version, right? So it's opposite, it's complete 180 of Dizzle, who's right next to him. So he goes Jamar Chase, Olave, Hurts, Cook, Connor, Reed, Kittle, Singletary, Charbonnet, Daniels, Cooks, Elliott, Eagles. Okay, let's discuss. So Jamar Chase, there's worrisome there, but you got to take him, right? If you're in that area, you got to take him. Personally, I'm a Mom Ross St. Brown guy, right? But Jamar Chase, not a bad pick. Chris Olave, he's the last guy on my top tier in that section. So you got your last wide receiver. I like the draft strat, double wide receiver. Jalen Hurts as your third pick, little high. Okay, it's fine. It's your running backs. Straight to the point. I don't want to take too much time. Your running back scare the crap out of me, and so does your tight end. George Kittle, I love the man to death. I wish he was my best friend. But it's just in fantasy football is inconsistent because that offense, he's more of a blocking tight end. I usually steer clear from George Kittle, and I'm a huge George Kittle fan. Okay, so it's your running backs that scare me. I don't see a solidified running back one. If you could maybe pick one off the waiver wire, you're set. But not bad. I'm going to rank it the same one as Dizzle.
Not bad. I'll go next. I like Jalen Hurts pick. He's a fantasy type of quarterback guy, so I like him there at 3. Everybody on this channel knows that I don't like Jamar Chase. I don't think he's that guy to draft in the first round for me. If he were to fall to the second round, I may take a chance on him, but I just see the inconsistencies in his game. He's like a little DK Metcalf to me. Some weeks he's the dude, and then some weeks he gets in front of himself and he's like staring at a mirror and he gets scared of himself. So he just doesn't know what to do on the field. But that's just me. I like your running backs a little bit. James Cook, he's a guy who could get a little bit more work there since he doesn't have anybody behind him anymore. James Conner, I don't know if he's going to slow down this year, but if he doesn't, this is a good pick for you. I just don't like your third receiver, Jaden Reed. Reed over here might think differently, but I think you're probably going to have Cortland Sutton or Devin Singletary there in your flex most of the year. That's just my opinion, though. I think I'm going to give you a B- here. It's not a bad draft, but it's not my favorite. I think it would have been higher if you drafted anybody but George Kittle at tight end. I did it 2 years out of the last 5 years, and I regret both years. So, yeah, not bad.
This is an awesome comment, dude. It's a little outrageous, but awesome. I just like being called a goat.
Oh my gosh.
Go ahead, Reed.
All right. So Micah, first of all, I just want to address one thing, what AJ said about George Kittle. I hate to break this to you, AJ, but you're a little bit too brown to be friends with George Kittle, as he is the part of that racist team of yours. I hate to break it to you, buddy. That's just the truth.
I wasn't expecting that. You usually don't do that live.
I mean, it's just the truth, dude. This could be a whole live segment of how we talk about.
That caught me off guard.
Oh my gosh. No, we're not going to rate it.
How do you not sweat? It's because that's just how he looks.
He's better looking than Jimmy G. Oh my gosh. By the way, Micah, appreciate again you being here. Appreciate this subscribe if that was you. We also have a Discord. If you are on Discord, we have a link to enter our channel down in the description below. On that Discord, you'll find updates and when we go live. Right now, we're going live every Monday and every Thursday at 8 p.m. Central Time. Thursdays are for sure for fantasy football. And upon request, we can do fantasy football on Monday, but usually that's NFL news and updates. We're just on a dry spell right now with any news, so we're doing fantasy football. So thank you so much. If you're feeling good, join our Discord. You get all of our updates there, and you get to ask us fantasy football questions throughout the year. We respond to every single one of them. But yeah.
All right. Back to Micah. Sorry. I think it's an all right draft. Worried about your running backs, as the other guy said. Don't like the tight end. No, not me. You're the players on your team. Your team,
Reed,
not my team.
you're digging a hole here. Reed.
No.
Yes, you are.
I'm calling out their racism. I'm standing up for you, AJ. I'm on your side here.
Seahawks and Packers would never.
I stand in
Whoa,
solidarity.
what is that?
No, I stand in solidarity with you.
That's not our
You're
symbol.
welcome. You're welcome.
That's not our symbol.
George Kittle, I don't like touching him as tight end.
Oh no, I'm not putting that in.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. Come on, bro. George Kittle gave a towel to a brown boy after a game. Gave him free tickets to Tight End University. You can't tell me. You can't tell me that he's racist.
I don't know, man. The people
I
he
don't know,
hangs
dog.
around with.
That haircut, man, it says something.
Oh gosh. Okay. We're moving on, guys. Remember, we're not spending too much time. We've already been on for an hour, 15 minutes. Up next, we got Andrea over here. We got Bijan Robinson, Drake London, Isaiah Pacheco, Smith, Swift, McLaurin. Okay, I see a little trend here. McLaurin, Godwin, Prescott, Njoku, Robinson, Shahid. Cool. Buccaneers, Sanders. Okay, I love the way you started off. Bijan, Drake London. I'm cool with it. I'm a little worried that they're both on the same team. 1 and 2 pick. Scared. Isaiah Pacheco, great running back 2. If that's your running back 2, cool with it. Smith, wide receiver 2, cool with it. Swift, Swift, running back 3, freaking awesome. I want to stay away from McLaurin. I don't mind Godwin there. I just would have switched up McLaurin with someone else. If you would have done so, I would have put you up at probably at a B plus. But right now, I think I want to have you as a B.
Yeah, I kind of like this draft. I like your tight end. I like your quarterback and Dak Prescott. Running back room is phenomenal. Wide receivers for me, I like Devontae Smith. I'm not a believer in Drake London until I see it. I know last year he had some spurts, but I don't think he's going to be a week-to-week guy that I would take him in the second round. If he were to fall somewhere like the 4th or 5th round, maybe I'd take a chance on him, but not for me. You'll never see me draft him in the second round ever. I'll skip him. But that's just my opinion there until I see him being more productive and consistent. But I like your bench. I like Terry McLaurin. I think he'll still be a serviceable wide receiver off the bench, as well as Chris Godwin going into your flex there. DeAndre Swift isn't that guy with Chicago. But yeah, I like you taking some risk here with Khalil Shakir, who is supposed to be the wide receiver 3. He might be in the slot quite frequently. And Rashid Shaheed is the wide receiver 2 there in New Orleans now. So he might be the slant god now that Michael Thomas is gone. So we'll see. So some good risks there. I like your team. I'm going to go B- here, creeping into a B. It's just the wide receiver room for me.
All right. For me, I think it's a very solid draft. I don't think there's anything really to me that really sticks out. I was like, wow, you really got a good one. So I don't think it's like spectacular anywhere. I second everything they really said. So I probably land around a B for me.
Nice. And Micah, I believe that's you, Sad Break 19. Appreciate you joining the Discord. So welcome. Also, Micah, Andrea, if you guys are interested in joining any fantasy football leagues that we have, let us know. We got free leagues, we got paid leagues, we have dynasty leagues. We have open availability right now. So let us know ASAP before we fill out. Up next, we have myself, probably the worst draft I've ever done. I have Amon-Ra St. Brown, Devontae Adams, Kamara, Jones, Flowers, Chubb, McConkey, Rice, Ferguson, Purdy, Hubbard, Aubrey, Niners defense, and J.K. Dobbins.
I kind of like it. I know you said it's not one of your best drafts, and I'll second that, but I think it's a good one for you taking some risk in there. You got him on Raw. He fell to you, which is freaking awesome. And then Kamara and Jones, I think, is a good 1-2 punch there at the running back position. Devontae Adams is a good wide receiver number 2, since he will be getting a lot of attention, whether he's a bum or not, trash or not. But Zay Flowers as your third wide receiver, I like it because you have Lad McConkey or Rasheed Rice to kind of put in there at the flex if you want a wide receiver flex. But I like it. I like the depth you got with Chuba Hubbard, J.K. Dobbins. You never know when the season starts if they just switch up and put J.K. as a starter. So it's always good to have those handcuffs. And Nick Chubb coming back from injury could be a sneaky guy. So I think it's pretty good. I'm going to go B to B plus here because it could have some good upside.
Okay. How do you answer this question before I go, AJ?
Yeah, so Micah, awesome. Glad you're interested. For now, I'm just going to say on our Discord, go on NSP Fantasy Football and just put which league you would like to join, free, paid, dynasty, all three of them, and then put your team name and your email address. If you don't feel comfortable putting it on the fantasy area, then go ahead and DM me. My name is AJ. I'm the one that waved hi first. I know you're new here, so I'm AJ. Right here to your right, my left is Vincent, and then to his left, your right is Reed. So appreciate you here. So if you want to do it privately, DM me on Discord at AJ or put it on the NSP Fantasy Football category.
Cool. For me, AJ, I'm going to give you a B minus because your back half of your wide receivers, I don't like taking Zay. I don't like taking McConkey. I don't like taking Rice. I don't like any of those picks, in my opinion. I like where you got Purdy. What a steal. And Chubb, I think you took him a little bit too early for me. I like getting him, but I think you've reached where you got him. That's where I feel. Yep.
All right, cool. Just for viewer discretion, I just want to say we could make a separate video on this, but those players, I think they're all in the same category on why they are potentially great picks in the late rounds as far as wide receivers. I'm going to talk about Zay Flowers, Zach McConkey, and Rasheed Rice. So if you guys would like to see a video like that instead of a mock draft, let us know, and we'll make a video explaining what late round receivers that you should keep hush so you can win your fantasy football league. So up next, let's go ahead and go with Vince the Prince here. He starts off with Justin Jefferson, Kyron Williams, Rashad White, Pittman, Higgins, Ingram, Burrow, Warren, JSN, Edwards, Myers, Franklin, Myers, and Titans. Okay. I like your first twos. I like your first two. I love Kyron Williams. I like Rashad White. I love Justin Jefferson. I love Michael Pittman. You know me. I'm not a Higgins guy. I could be wrong. You know, they did lose one wide receiver, so they do have Higgins out there. Could have a bigger year. Warren, I feel like he's a league winner if Najee Harris goes down with injury. A lot of potential. I think it's a solid team. I like Joe Burrow, Evan Ingram there. Those top solid guys. I'm in between a B minus to a B here with you, Vince.
Okay. For me, I'm gonna give this I'm gonna give it a B minus because I personally don't like your back half, your depth. The front half I'm okay with. I don't like Higgins. I would have taken Amari Cooper. I was very happy you let Amari Cooper go. To me, that's the only biggest thing I would say about your draft picks in the front half, but just in the back half, I would say after JSN, I wasn't a big fan of. So I'm going to give it a B minus for that.
Not bad. I'm cool with you not liking three players. But yeah, I like it. Yeah, I think it was a decent one. T. Higgins, I just took a chance. You never know, especially since they lost Tyler Boyd and they really don't have a replacement for him. That means more receptions, most likely for T. Higgins. So you never know. But I also tried to pair him up with Joe Burrow just in case there is a connection there. And yeah, I think this draft is all right. I would have liked to get some better running backs, but just the way it felt like I did my serviceable act for it.
I definitely get you there. So up next we got Reed. He starts off with Jameer Gibbs, then Puka, absolute steal there. DJ Moore, Walker, Cooper, Stevenson, Williams, Love, Goddard, Dobbs, Lloyd, Butker, Seahawks, Wicks. So let's start off with the running backs. Gibbs, cool. Walker. I think he's going to see some competition there. Not bad. I think he's going to be a low-end running back 2 for fantasy football. Ramondre Stevenson, I like the depth. I think Williams is going to lose his job potentially to Brooks.
Yeah, I didn't like that pick.
Yeah.
I'll own that. I wish I took where I look at it. I wish I took Bowers at that pick and waited other rounds to take another running back.
Yeah, no, I definitely, I see. I try to see where we went from here. So if I'm not mistaken, you took DJ Moore over Jalen Waddle. Me personally, I'm just a little scared because one, you got that rookie quarterback, right? Two, DJ Moore should be the wide receiver 1, sure, but we already have proven footage that Rome Odunze and Caleb Williams have been making out in the locker room, and then you have Keenan Allen, who's been a wide receiver 1 his whole freaking life. And so that's what I'm afraid of is the not so much that he's losing the wide receiver 1, but just the amount of target share that's going to be spread around that team. But not bad for your wide receiver 2. I love Amari Cooper. You could definitely fix that there. I think this is a pretty solid draft. I think I'm in the same boat as Vince. I'm where like a B- is at. I don't see like, oh, this is the player that's going to win you this league. I see players like these are the players that I will make the playoffs, that I will make the championship with.
Okay.
Alrighty, so let me go ahead. I like Reed's receivers. I still think DJ Moore is still gonna have a good amount of touches. I think Amari Cooper will be a little bit more consistent than him, especially on the offense there. It's gonna be a sharing offense like the entire time. So I'm kind of trying to stay away from Chicago receivers as well as running backs. But sometimes it just falls like that. So we'll see how that works out. But I like the running back room. Besides Javonte Williams, I think he'll still keep his job for a good amount of time, but that's why you have insurance there with Stevenson, as well as Lloyd possibly getting some touches for the Green Bay Packers. But yeah, I think it's just going to be the same thing that you said to me, like Romeo Dobbs, Lloyd, and Wicks.
Yeah, I know.
It's just all Green Bay Packers for me there. I don't know. Sometimes I know you do that in some leagues. Haven't seen it work out yet for you. But so that's the only thing that brings you down, in my opinion.
Fair enough.
But I get it. I like favoritism on mine too. I try to get a Seahawks player in there every single draft just for the sportsmanship of my team.
Yeah. Just to defend DJ Moore really quickly. He had 1,300 yards last year with bum-ass Justin Fields. I think he can do a lot more with a bunch of people taking the attention away from him on the defensive side, and I think he's going to have a really good year.
Very possibly. But yeah, he's got more guys to share with now. That's my only thing.
More guys to take attention from the defense and leave him open. There was nobody to guard except
Very
DJ
possibly.
Moore last year.
Very possibly. You never know.
They had Brown.
Equinemius St. Brown?
Yeah, dude.
That bum ass?
Hey, whoa, hey.
He's a bum. He's a bum that cost us the NFC Championship, and I hate him for it.
Rave, dude, where the hell have you been? What?
I know, man.
I was thinking about Rave today. I was gonna send him a link because Rave, we need to get you on this podcast. You said you were interested in joining this podcast, doing mock draft with us, kind of like what Dizzle did. We need to get you on here, dude. You got to hit us up. When are you available? Let's get you on, and we need you on these mock drafts, bro. Come on.
Yeah, man. I even picked the Titans as my defense. I was trying to summon you.
Oh. All right.
There's no spots available.
All right, yeah, but I got you a B- here, Reed. Sorry, I didn't say my grade.
I'll take that.
Well,
we got big money. Last one.
Big Money Joe, last one on here. He goes Garrett Wilson, Taylor, Waddle, Mixon, Allen, Kirk, Murray, Pollard, Schultz, Tagovailoa, Ford, Williams, Cowboys, Fairbairn. Dude, I think you start off freaking awesome here. You go Garrett Wilson, Jalen Waddle's your top 2 wide receivers, and Keenan Allen, not bad, but I'm real excited about Christian Kirk. Running backs, you got Jonathan Taylor, awesome. Joe Mixon, great offense, should see some points on the board consistently. Then you get Tony Pollard, which should take, should take the lead role out there in Tennessee. Not ecstatic about it, but you got your flex position with at least one of those wide receivers, Keenan Allen or Christian Kirk. Kyler Murray, point machine, don't like him, whatever. Schultz, high-powered offense, could be sharing the ball, could pan out, could not pan out. That's where I'm iffy at. But this is a pretty good draft. I would get better backups instead of Ford. Actually, Ford may not be too bad. I like that. I think I'm gonna put this as a B.
I think I'm gonna go B+ here. For just the regular flex team, I think he's pretty stacked with a lot of guys who are point machines. Jonathan Taylor's point machine. Joe Mixon could possibly be a point machine. We don't know how he's gonna mix in Houston with Dameon Pierce alongside him in that dual running back role. But the way he played last year, I think he could still maintain his play like he did with the Bengals. But Garrett Wilson, Jalen Waddle, Keenan Allen, Christian Kirk, and Mike Williams. I mean, that's a great 6-headed monster there. You only need 3 guys each week to perform well. The only thing is which ones are going to be those top 3 guys, or are you going to have Tony Pollard in your flex? So just depends, but I like it. You have pieces everywhere. So I'm going to go B+ because you have a plethora of guys who could be your starters. So I think your def is pretty good. But yeah, it's probably someone other than Jerome Ford, like AJ was saying. I think you could have gotten maybe an extra wide receiver because I don't think Jerome Ford's going to touch the field. I think Nick Chubb is coming back healthier than ever, and I think it's his backfield again for a long time. Yeah, not bad.
I'll go B, in between B and B+. Really like your starters. I like having. I think Ford's a good handcuff. Chubb can get hurt again, re-aggravate the injury. It's possible that he can be playable. Mike Williams, I think, is great. Still very late in the draft. I like this team.
Michael, you can just send your name right now. I could put Micah Traw, or I could put your Discord name, Sad Break 19. We could always change your. I mean, you're going to be able to change your name yourself, but I want to put you down so something that I know you as. But yeah, could be anything. But guys, I think that was a really good draft by pretty much everyone. I mean, Dizzle had a good draft. Mike had a good draft. I felt like they kind of mirrored each other. Andrea, really good draft for her. Same thing with Big Money Joe, really good draft. Don't cut yourself short, brother. I think that was pretty good. You know, thank you, brother. But us 3 as well. I wasn't ecstatic about my draft, but I'm looking at it. I'm like, dude, I got weapons galore. Like, holy crap, I do like it. Same thing with Vincent and Reed, very solid draft. But as always, I always enjoy these. You know,
for sure, man. Trying new things, trying to get better, seeing what fits at each position. That's the big thing here. Always move around when you're on with those guys. Try to get a position you haven't done before because you got to have a strategy for each pick.
Exactly. Everything changes as soon as the draft starts. Right, because what do you call that? It's conditional picks. Whenever you see someone go, you're like, okay, will this guy last on my turnaround? Or depending where you're at as well. But yeah, Andrea, good draft. Yes, good draft to everyone out there. Ian, Ian, you're late, bro. We just went through 2 drafts. I wish you showed up earlier. But he says, "What's up, Big Money?" Ian, we're just talking to Tesh out here. He's joining our pay league and our free league. If you're interested in rejoining our gold league, our pay league, let me know, please, so I can reserve your spot. We got spots filling up like crazy. Same thing with our free leagues. Sutton My Jack is a great fantasy football name. That is not bad.
I like it.
It's funny. The Vito King. I'll rewatch it. Hey man, appreciate anything. You know how it is. You know, Ian's our friend from PI Podcast. You guys haven't checked that out, go check them out on YouTube. But always supporting us. So thank you so much, Ian. Like I said, if you guys are interested in fantasy football, let me know as soon as possible because spots are filling up. I'm about to fill in two, or I just got one from Micah, so three more spots just right now. But yeah, you guys have anything else before we head out? We've been on for an hour and a half already.
I ain't got nothing.
Oh man, just excited for this weekend. We got a little skirmish between all of us and a few other friends. That should be fun. But yeah, I'm just excited for fantasy football to keep getting closer. It's getting closer and closer to the actual draft day for a lot of us. So it's time to start getting everything positioned as we want it.
Exactly. Yes, all of our leagues will be at least 12 man. We're not going to have leagues anymore. There are 10-man leagues. We're not going to be taking it easy on you guys anymore like we did last year. All the leagues will be on half PPR. They won't be full PPR. They won't be no PPR. They'll be half PPR. I feel like it's a fair average for all types of players that we get from all over the place. Are you coming to Midland this weekend? I will not be going to Midland. I'll be entering different planes this weekend and coming back with hopefully another victory. If you know, you know.
No.
Young Who's Sutton, my dad. Wow, 3-player. See, this guy he's getting creative.
I like
Pick these
it.
up right now before someone else does. Okay, sign me up for the gold. Okay, if you looked at the Discord, by the way, if you guys not on Discord, I don't know what you're doing. Discord link down in the bio description below. We got our link for our Discord, and for our gold league, it is $30. But don't worry, we don't get any of the money. All of the money goes straight to the winner or winners, depending on the league that you're in. And trust me, you want to win in that gold league. It is freaking awesome. You get a huge championship belt, a WWE style championship belt with our fantasy football logo and our YouTube logo on it, and it says undisputed champion. It is heavy, it is nice, real leather. We go all out for it. We got no business doing it. We're a small channel. There's a big draft over here this week. My mom just wants me to go over. That's my mom, y'all. So everyone be respectful. Say hi. You know, she's awesome. Love her. I'll donate 30 again. LOL. Hey man, don't trade Kelsey this time. You can't trade Kelsey. Oh man, you gave I don't want to say you gave it because Gabe had a really good team with Christian McCaffrey, but
that just cherry on top
was the cherry on top. He did not have a tight end. Oh, who did he have?
I don't know.
Before I tried to give Ian Ingram in the middle of the season. He was on the fence about it, and I was like, come on. But Ingram panned out very well for me. How do you feel about America's Sweethearts?
Talking about the Cowgirls? I don't know.
Oh, Anissa's
Travis
been
Kelce
watching that
and
show.
Taylor Swift.
Oh my god! About that. Of course you would know.
You're a Swiftie.
Oh my goodness. Micah says, I'm going to head out. It was nice to meet you guys, and thanks for the drafts. Have a good night. Hey, we go live every Monday and Thursday, and as we get closer, when the season starts, really, we put out videos almost every single day. We grind out a lot, and we do live fantasy football advice, and we answer every single question. So find our schedule, and when you have questions during the season, ask us. We'll go through every single question in depth. Gabe should post a picture on Discord. Ferguson. Gabe had Ferg, right? Was it Jake Ferguson?
I guess.
Oh man, I should have taken Ingram because Christian Kirk went down. Yeah. That you got Christian Kirk out of that trade from Gabe, and he immediately went down. Gosh, man. Hey, it's okay. We don't know about these things about fantasy. I would have made the championship if I didn't make that blockbuster trade and receive Austin Eckler. If I would have left Austin Eckler with Ben, I would have made it to the championship game. But that's okay. It's behind us.
Try to vote it down. We tried.
Yeah, y'all did. And we will have a different voting system this year. For each of our leagues, we will have a dedicated judge who's not part of the league to help us determine which trades are fair and not fair, just because that was a big dispute. What was wrong?
Boo.
The only reason why we are implementing this is because not everyone was voting. So if that is the case, where not everyone is voting, that is when the trade judge comes in.
Okay.
If everyone votes, there's no need for the trade judge.
Can I be a trade judge?
No, absolutely not.
What?
You vote down
You're-
every single judge.
Yeah.
I mean, every single trade.
This is
You're
not-
the absolute worst.
this is
I
not
hate
true.
you in fantasy football.
This is
As soon
not
as he
true.
trade, deny. I was like, why, Reed? He's out of like trades.
I
Yeah.
always
What?
make sure I'm the last one so I can be the executioner.
Is Taylor Swift going to the Super Bowl again? Probably to hook up with Nick Bosa. Yeah.
Whoa.
I hope she does go to the Super Bowl again because that just means that Kansas City goes. Ingram had 3 most catches in 2023, right? He was top 3 in tight ends. Top 3 tight ends, also top 3 in touchdowns by tight ends, I believe. So, yeah, I would have put it past me if he was in catches as well. Yeah, like 112, 114, I think. Thank you. Appreciate it. Not everyone likes my ideas, a.k.a. Reed. Oh, I got Eckler that screwed me, dude. Eckler it turned out to be nothing. But that's the name of the game. It's the name of the game. And remember, I did make that trade with Kyrie, and I gave him Joe Burrow, and we all know how that panned out. Dude, he wanted to give up on life.
He wanted to off himself, bro.
He's vetoing my trades right now. Gosh.
No.
I'm going to have a background check for every single player who's able to veto a trade. And so I could find you suitable if you're allowed to trade or if you can trade or not, or vote on a trade. And Reed, I'm telling you right now, you do not qualify. Okay. You do not reach the minimum standards to become a voter for NSP.
We need to get Dizzle on there. I think
He will find him.
I think Dizzle's a fair guy to see if trades are good or not.
Yeah, very curious to see how it goes. But super excited. If you all are interested in fantasy football, I know I said it like 20 times this episode. We do have leagues still available. I got to check again. But we got a couple free leagues available. We got a paid league available. And we also have a dynasty league available. So go ahead. Let me know down in the comment section here on Discord. Please do it on Discord. DM me or put it in our fantasy football channel that you are interested. And I just see that Ian is interested. So, Ian, I'll put you down. We do need payment before, what did I say, August 20th. So we need it before August 20th. Where do you send the money? I see you, Andrea. It will be Cash App. Let me know where to send. I'll send my Cash App on the Discord. Feel free to send any amount of money that y'all like, that's not for fantasy football. You know, those are accepted generously. I'm just kidding. We're not that type of show.
Yeah, we are.
But
we need money.
we do. We lose out on money in this show. But we do this show because we love to do it.
For money.
Yeah. But I'll go ahead and send it out right now. Do you guys have anything else before we sign out? We've almost been on for 2 hours now.
Nope.
Yeah, it's been a good one.
Micah, again, thank you for the subscription. Appreciate you. Tell your friends, tell your mama, hide your kids, hide your wife. But until next time, you guys, as always, see you guys on Monday for our live video. Keep on grinding.